So without further ado, can we please introduce to you RFK Charter School? Lori and Cindy are here to share with us what they've done.
All right, I'm just gonna get my PowerPoint up here for you guys. Can everybody see that? Here we go. All right, so I am Lori. Can everybody see that? Yeah, okay. So I'm Lori Hickox Montaraz, and I am the capstone teacher and the digital portfolio coordinator at Robert F. Kennedy Charter High School.
And I'm Cindy O'Neill. I'm the Student Success Coordinator here at RFK Charter School.
And we're going to talk to you today about our capstones and our digital portfolios and how they elevate student relationships, their choice, and their voice at our school. So just a very brief description of our capstone and digital portfolios. So both of them are project-based activities that are meant to be meaningful demonstrations of what our students know and can do. Capstones are a culminating project done in senior year that requires students to use the skills that they've acquired through their 4 years of high school and to put them to use addressing community issues. The digital portfolios are a collection. It's of the students' 4 years of work. They show growth. They are a showcase of the best work that the students have done, as well as a reflection of who the students are individually. And they also move the students forward toward their postgraduate goals. So in developing both programs and projects, we use the national milestones as our guiding document. And because of this, we ensure that our students explore key social and emotional learning competencies, such as goal setting, building resiliency, reflecting on their personal and academic growth, and building strong communication and presentation skills. Community partnerships play a large role in this because our partners mentor our students. They engage the students in community issues. They teach them problem-solving skills. And most importantly, they help them build these really positive relationships beyond the classroom into the community with adults around them. Want to say anything else about the partnerships with the...
Sure. Yeah. And so we rely heavily on our community partnerships. RFK has built community partners throughout the South Valley and Greater Albuquerque. And that's really helped us dig in with kids to get them out in the community, to help them learn from adults in the community what they're and kids having community issues that they would like to study and become a part of. So that's really embedded in our capstone curriculum, the second half of their work. So our partnerships are really valuable to us. We have them on campus and, like I said, throughout Greater Albuquerque. And it's really helped the kiddos become leaders within their own right.
So none of this would work if our students didn't have a voice in the projects and the process and choices in how and what they focus on. So in capstone, this comes in the form of picking their passion projects, something that they're deeply connected to, because they will be working on it for a really long time. They spend quite a bit of time on them. In the digital portfolio, the students were from part of the planning of those from the very beginning. It was our students that created our profile of a graduate, the 9 indicators that students are reflecting on how they are meeting as our promise to the community. In addition, they get a template for the digital portfolio, but the students really get to choose how they fill that template out, what goes in there, the type of information they put in there. So it becomes really their own work, and it really showcases their individuality. Of course, we're a school. first and foremost. And so we have to ensure that we meet our high rigorous academic standards. And these two projects really do. For example, capstone includes learning about the community issues. They pick one after they have gone to through a series of community cafes. They pick an issue that they are very passionate about, and they really dig down deep into that issue to look for the root causes of the issue in the community and look at solutions that have been offered and why those solutions may or may not have worked. And they research and write a college level research paper. So this is an entry level paper, like freshman level. And then we make sure to build in a lot of presentation to the staff and peers. And then finally, they create a direct or an indirect action project to address the issue. Digital portfolios include examples of their academic work, including all of their core classes and their electives. And we also ask them to look to the future by including their resumes, a checklist, and a step-by-step guide to how they are going to meet their future goals. So they identify those goals and then put down a list of things that they're going to do to meet them. And they highlight the classes that are helping them get where they want to go. The last part of the digital portfolio is that the students do have to defend that digital portfolio, and then they have to take part in an exit interview at the end of their defense. And those questions were created using the milestones as well. Okay, so I'm just going to let you listen to one of the students talking about the work that she did in capstone. And this came directly from her exit interview after she had defended her digital portfolio.
Okay, tell me about a service project, a service learning project that you've participated in. What local challenge did it address, and what impact did it have on you and the community?
Well, I'm currently participating in my capstone project, which I partnered up with Brian Brown from the Roadrunner Food Bank, and I have researched more about food insecurity, and mainly here in Albuquerque and how it is affecting the community. And this semester, I have now put in work, actually participated in the food drives to help with the community. And I will be giving out presentations soon to bring more awareness to the issue, and hopefully people that are in need will be directed to the Roadrunner Food Bank so they know where they can get the help.
And how has it changed you personally?
I think it has given me a new point of view to understand people that go through it, because one thing that I have noticed is that not many people realize it's an issue until they have actually gone through it or someone really close to them has told them about it. But a lot of people don't know about this issue, and they don't find it important. So I think working with Brian has helped me realize like how much everything they do has helped the community. For example, in the Roadrunner Food Bank, they in their warehouse they help employ people that have been to prison, that they have had problems with the law, so they give them jobs. They also have saved a lot of food that usually gets dumped at the border because a lot of grocery stores they don't accept it. So it has really changed my point of view, how I see what they do in the food bank.
Excellent answer. Good job.
What personal and life goals have you set for yourself?
All right, so that's just one of our students that and the work that they did. And so there are others on this slide, as well as some other quotes from students and how this has impacted them beyond our school when at their work in college. Sorry, let me get to the next slide. I have to. Here we go. All right. So career exploration is another piece of the work, and students begin exploring career pathways in the 9th grade. And by the time they're 16, they're taking dual enrollment courses with our partners from CNM and UNM. Some of those courses are taking place on our campus and some of them at the colleges themselves. And they continue to build career-related skills throughout their high school careers, which is shown in their digital portfolio. Um, and 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 they do this through our advisory classes, our core classes, capstone, and also through their extracurriculars. All of this work is driven by our relationships with our students, knowing our students and understanding their individual needs. Digital portfolios are the ultimate celebration of that because they celebrate student individuality. As one of our former students put it, we were talking to her in her exit interview. We asked her to compare doing the digital portfolio as an assessment as opposed to, say, the ACT or the SAT. And she said, you know, a test is just a bunch of questions. They don't really get to know you as a person, but a digital portfolio really shows who I am, what I like, and what's important to me. I'm going to let Cindy talk about the design team a little bit.
So my charge has been to work with our student design team and the history, a little bit of history behind that. We've been working with Michelle, Jerry, and Maria for over 4 years. So that's one of the partnerships that I appreciate so greatly. Their work in helping me design this has been incredible and has led to so much student growth and just RFK's culture as a whole. The student design team is known throughout the school. The kids that participate in it and they're selected for it really hold that with very high value. And like I said, so we started, it's been 4 years. I think we started just right as COVID was hitting. So we were in the processes working with Annie Casey and getting that all started. So so the purpose of it, of course, was to impact on-track career success, and the deeper purpose was to co-create prototypes to better connect all high school students with post-secondary pathways. And a little bit about building the design team, and I know it's different for each school, and how we select our kids and how we work with a team and grow it. But RFK in building our design team, and we select a diverse group of students that represent student subgroups across grade levels, providing opportunity for mentorship, friendship, and thought partnerships to co-design systems or systems of improvement here at RFK. Our students have met bi-weekly. We've never had a lack in our student design team. It's been concurrent for the past 4 years. So we've sustained it, which is, I think, a really important fact that a lot of schools don't get that time to really have something grow and become so important over the process of years. So I'm very proud of that fact and our continuation to do that. So we lead the students, it's like bi-monthly, with an adult co-designer by way of the liberatory design. The importance of growing a collaborative and cohesive team using empathy interviews, team and school peers and staff. We interview the whole staff. So the design team reaches out to the whole school community, which I think is a really important aspect, from the administrators down to all the kids at the school, the janitors, the EAs, everybody. The whole school is designed to be a part of that system. So we begin the process. We begin to ideate a system, within the community, and we identify a challenge and begin to build a prototype. We test it, plan it, and reiterate it over and over and continue testing it and the kids refine their work. And so the kids learn how to do the measurement of the data, right? So they're conducting surveys, they conduct interviews, they work in focus groups, they do root cause analysis. And of course, like I said earlier, they're constantly reviewing the data that they're studying. Some of the highlights and the projects that they've worked on throughout the 4 years. They've built college and career days. They were instrumental in developing our profile of a graduate and implementing the milestones into the profile of a graduate. The digital portfolio as well. They worked with the group and with Lori to design using the milestones. They took the questions out to implement and put them into their digital portfolios. They also worked on their Washington project. So we've been lucky enough to go to Washington for 2 years in a row with a redesign team to reimagine schools, right? And ask those big questions. What if, what would a school look like? And so the kiddos worked with to do a project on connectedness and belonging, what that looks like in our school and in our community. They've done a project on Shadow Day. They were very interested in learning about 8th graders transitioning into 9th grade and what that looks like and how they can help their peers have a better transition into high school and continue to mentor them throughout the high school. And currently, our design team is working on an attendance initiative. I would imagine, like the rest of the schools in the state and nationally, we're all coming to the knowledge that our attendance is really at an all-time low and the chronic absenteeism rate. So our kids are really interested. They're doing a deep dive on root cause analysis to why our kiddos aren't coming to school. What are the barriers that their families, their communities, and what they're facing? So they're getting ready to develop their prototype moving forward. So that's just a snapshot. So thank you.
All right, so I'm just going to end on this note. Personal relationships are super important with our students and helping to build them up and to give them the courage and the strength that they need to go out into the world. And so I wanted to just highlight that, like, through our capstone program, we build a lot of relationships with staff, and not just with me as the capstone teacher, but with our entire staff through our consultancy work. They also build these great relationships with community members. But the one that has really been special to me is to see the relationships that they have built with their peers. Last year's class, I had more than 50 students and 30 projects going on. And I saw these kids come in and support one another to get their papers done, their projects done. I saw partnerships form that I would never have expected. Kids get together to put their projects together. And these friendships have followed them out of the school. Many of them are going to college together and into careers together. So the relationship piece of this is super important. And I think it's a deep reflection on what is going on here at the school and what these programs can do for students. And that's it. Thank you guys for your time. I appreciate it.